What's going on, world? Coming at you guys again. We got another quick video. Citizenship. Let's talk about it. So, currently trending in the news right now is the common notion of what it means to have the capacity to call yourself an American citizen. And birthright citizenship is the hot topic. Now, I've already talked about birthright citizenship. You can go check out my other videos. It'll specify birthright citizenship if you want a more in-depth introduction as to my perspective into this ideology. For today's perspective, we're going to talk about the differentiation between an American and an American citizen. I personally believe there are two different types, right? Now, both are technically born here and have some form of historical lineage, trace lineage back to this country through parents, grandparents, or great-grandparents, which have lived here in this country for at least 20 years. But the major differentiation between an American and American citizen is the temper or tempo of the individual itself. And that's loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage when it comes to applying your individual self to the facilitation, growth, prosperity, and continuity and security and safety of the country as a whole. You know, it's like John F. Kennedy said, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And that is the separation between what we understand and recognize as an American or an American citizen, just like we have the separation between church and state. So the differentiation for me personally as president in 2028, we will understand and recognize the differentiation between an American and American citizen. An American is an individual who holds all of these values, like I said, loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage when it comes to applying yourself to help facilitate the security, the growth, and the prosperity of the country as a whole, as well as to the minor factions of the individuals whom are also citizens. And then you can find yourself as an American through the application of having historical lineage here because your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents were born here and they lived here for at least 20 years. And you can have all the privileges and immunities guaranteed to you through God and the Constitution of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So with that being said, we're going to implement some changes when it comes to establishing the capacity, when it comes to the sustainment, security, as well as privilege and promotion of the continuity of the country. Because if you fall into the category to where you're just an American citizen and you haven't earned your keep, if you haven't paved your way to facilitate the sustainment and growth and prosperity of the country, then we're not going to take away your citizenship if you fall within that category of having historical lineage. But we will have the unfortunate reality of separating the differentiation between an American and American citizen when it comes to the continued prosperity and development of the country. You know, and the way we'll look at it is there will be certain things that you can or cannot vote for. It's really just that simple. If you don't have the capacity to go outside of your own perspective to practice personal courage and selfless service, a sense of loyalty, a sense of duty, a sense of respect, a sense of honor, and a sense of integrity when it comes to making sure that a country is not only founded for you, but is sustained by you, and you are not participating, you are just a parasite living here, just appreciating all the privileges and immunities that America offers. Well, technically you should lose your right to vote on certain measures when it comes to the safety and security and continuity of the country because you haven't earned it.